Buy some nested gift boxes at your local craft store for a little twist on gift giving. Take the largest of the gift boxes and cut the side seams of the box. I tried scissors first, but found that a serrated knife worked best to quickly and easily cut the sides. Now, take some wrapping paper and cut a piece that is larger than the sliced open box. Then, cut the paper in an outline around the box, cutting a couple of inches larger than the entire box. In a well-ventilated area, apply spray adhesive to one side of the box. Center the sprayed side on the cut paper and press down, securing it. Next, spray the top of the box with an even coat of spray adhesive. Once sprayed, take some smaller pieces of wrapping paper and press them onto the sprayed seams of the box with the pattern side up. Cut the inner corners of the paper diagonally with scissors. Wrap and press the outer perimeter of the paper onto the box. It works best to fold the corners onto the box and wrap the end pieces over the box flap. Then wrap the side edges over the box edge. Repeat this process with all 4 flaps of the box. Once the spray adhesive has dried, you might want to give the open areas of the box a small repeat spray of the adhesive. Then press and cover the open areas of the box with squares of wrapping paper. Repeat this entire process with 2 more boxes that fit within each other. I used 3 boxes, but you can vary the number of boxes for your gift based on the final gifts that you are wrapping. You now have 3 splayed boxes and lids that are completely covered with wrapping paper. Take some small gifts and treats and adhere them to the inner sides of each box with double-sided tape. My gift is for a baby shower for a dear friend who is having a little girl. I attached a couple of small toys, baby spoons, a baby book, some chocolate for the mother-to-be, and a special ceramic figurine for the center of the smallest box. Whether a baby shower, birthday party, or even Mother's Day, the recipient will have no idea what is in store with this lovely package, and they will have a great surprise when they open the first, second, and third boxes.
So I grabbed this square cardboard box that I was going to recycle, and I cut off the flaps using a serrated kitchen knife. Once I had done that, I took this pink flat bed sheet and I folded it in half. I placed my cardboard box on the bed sheet, and then I just did a test run wrapping the sheet around the box to make sure that I would have enough before cutting down my bed sheet. Once I had cut my bedsheet down to size, I made sure I took my household iron and I ironed out any wrinkles in the bedsheet. I came in with some fabric hot glue and I began gluing at the corners of the box first, making sure I pulled the sheet nice and tight as I was gluing. So I went around with my hot glue and continued gluing sporadically around the box. Again, making sure that I pull really tight so that I don't have any visible lines or wrinkles in the sheet. Once I had glued all the side, I finished it off by folding over the sheet and then gluing it so that I had a nice hem. For the bottom, I glued it just as if I was wrapping a present. And then I flipped my box over and then secured with glue around the rim. To make my handles for my box, I am going to take 12 pieces of butcher rope. I cut these pieces of rope so they're about 15 inches in length, and then taking a rubber band, I tied them all together at one end. Then I separated the pieces of rope into 3 pieces, 4 pieces of rope for each piece, and then I began braiding down the rope. Once I got to the end of the rope, I secured it with another rubber band. Then I took another scrap piece from my bed sheet that had a nice hem on it, and I attached it to the top edge inside of my box. This is just going to give my box a nice finish from the inside and as well hide any unsightly seams. I could also tuck my rope handle inside first and then secure this hemmed piece around the rope. So this just adds a little bit of extra security, holding my rope handle in place. So I continued going around the box, adding this hemmed piece all the way around. And I added another handle on the other side of the box as well. Next, I took a fluffy pink bath towel and then I cut it into 1 to 2 inch strips. Using these strips, I copied the style and pattern of the Anthropologie basket. So I began doing one strip at the bottom and then going about 2 to 3 inches above that one, I applied another strip of the bath towel. And then I used remaining strips to create the semicircle pattern on all 4 edges of my box, just gluing them in place. With this done, my box is complete. I'm pretty happy with how this dupe turned out, and I'm glad that I was able to get creative with something that I saw online. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for tuning in to Hometalk.
Save boxes from online orders. Take an X-Acto knife and remove the lid flaps. Take hemp rope and a hot glue gun to begin wrapping the rope around the bottom sides of the box. Continue wrapping and gluing rope up the sides of the box. Flip the box over so the bottom is facing up. Take twine and begin gluing it to the perimeter of the bottom of the box. Work inwards towards the center. Take balsa wood oval or circle shapes and paint them with black paint. Print words to be displayed on the side of the box. These will be put on balsa wood in the font of choice. Cut them out and use pencil to cover the back of the paper. Then trace the font on the right side on the balsa wood. Use a chalkboard pen or a white paint pen to cover the pencil traced font. Allow time to dry. Use a hot glue gun to attach the labels to the side of the box. There you have it, an inexpensive way to create your own pantry storage for your home for less than $10. I hope this inspired you to try this organization repurposing project. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and see you next time.